Welcome back, and today we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen episode 10. So like always, let's just jump into it. Episode 10 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I was really looking forward to this episode, and I have to say this episode did not disappoint at all. I loved everything about it from start to finish. I feel like last episode was one of the weakest ones, but this one is just brought it back up. And it wasn't anything about the fights, because I really didn't care too much about the fights. It was more about what we learned in this episode, right? We get to see Yoshino once again. He's getting bullied, he's getting beat up, and I feel like the anime is really kind of pushing the point that Yoshino is being pushed to be like the bad guy, right? I think Yoshino, he's like in that morally gray area, right? Where he doesn't know where he's leaning towards right now, right? Like he doesn't know if he's going to like partner up with Mahito, and now that he made contact with Itadori, he might actually become a good guy and join like Jujutsu Tech. Maybe. I don't know where he's actually going to go. But this episode was just trying to build up Yoshino more, right? Because we see he was having that conversation with Mahito about the human soul and how Mahito can actually control the soul, and that's how he's able to shape all these different humans. And we see just how evil Mahito is, right? Because his technique actually kills people, and from the way he was explaining it, right, it actually alters the soul. And you would think that the soul is something precious, like the most precious thing that a human being would have, and Mahito is able to manipulate that and change its properties and make monsters and stuff like that. So he's essentially messing with like the purest part of a human being, and he doesn't have any remorse towards it, right? Like he has a collection of little human souls that he just manipulated into those little weird creatures, right? Heck, we just know he doesn't care about human life at all, because he was just testing how small and how big he can make the human soul, right? So he's definitely crazy, but I do love me a villain exactly like Mahito, a villain where he just loves being evil, right? And we don't know exactly too much about him just yet. Maybe he has a past. I don't know how his curse actually came to live, right? Like I don't know how he was manifested. I would definitely love to learn stuff about that, how all these different curses, like the ones like Mahito and the volcano guy, and those unregistered special grade curses, how they became to be. Because it seems to me like something a lot more powerful than human emotions is what made them, right? So I definitely hope we get a little bit of flashback and a little bit of a story behind them, and definitely I want to know more about his power, because right now I do love Mahito as a villain. But as a quick reminder, make sure to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. But let's keep talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, because again, this episode just has so many great moments, right? Now I do want to focus on Yoshino, because I am loving his character. I do love like he kind of has like an underdog story, right? But you just don't know what side he's going to pick, because it seems to me like he's really liking Mahito and what he stands for. And now that Mahito kind of gave him the full consent for Yoshino to do whatever he wants, right? Because who's gonna stop him, right? Now Itadori can stop him. I feel like the sorcerers can stop Yoshino, because he wouldn't be too powerful, right? Especially if he learned how to control curse energy just now, he wouldn't be too powerful. And I feel like Mahito is kind of playing with him, right? Just to see how twisted he can get his mind, because of course there's definitely people that can stop Yoshino, and the fact that Mahito didn't mention any of that, like he kind of led him to believe that he's all powerful, that all the people that are bullying him won't be able to stop him now, right? And that is the case, right? Like the other students won't be able to do anything against curse energy that Yoshino possibly has. But other people might be able to do something and probably destroy him fairly quickly if he gets out of hand. Like if he starts killing people, I feel like that Jujutsu Tech would send some students in and he will get replaced real quick. He will get destroyed real quick. But that's not the case, right? Because he actually did not do anything wrong yet, right? Whenever his teacher was waiting for him because he missed a lot of school, and we see how oblivious his teacher is, right? Like you would think somebody that's going to school and being, teaching his students, he would kind of notice just how bad Yoshino has it, like how bad the bullying is against him, to the point where Yoshino, for a split second, he was gonna just snap, right? Like we were seeing his thoughts and just how oblivious this teacher is, that Yoshino started doing that hand gesture to do like a curse technique. That's what I'm guessing he was going to do. And he was seriously probably going to hurt that teacher. And if it wasn't for Itadori kind of stepping in because of the little incident that they had by releasing that really weak curse, I feel like Yoshino would have done something very, very bad and probably would have put him towards that villain, to like that dark side, right? Because right now I do think Yoshino can go either way. I feel like he might not be like a 100% good guy, but I don't think he's going to be 100% bad guy. I feel like he might be like an anti-hero or an antagonist or something along those lines. I don't think he's gonna go like full-fledged villain, right? But I definitely want to see more of Yoshino and see where that is going to go. We see that Itadori wants to talk to him. We don't know exactly about what, right? They're gonna ask him questions because it's very clear that he can see that curse, but we don't know if he can actually use curse energy to anything. So I'm pretty sure he can. Hopefully he decides to join Jujutsu Tech, because I do like Yoshino. I do like characters that are like being bullied and they, you know, get power, and you know, they kind of change, like an underdog story almost, right? So hopefully we get more of him. But of course we also have to talk about the fight, right? Mahito versus what's his name, Nanami. Amazing fight. We get to see Nanami, how he takes his emotions away from the fight. I have to say, if Itadori would have been in his place fighting Mahito, and whenever Mahito was throwing all those, you know, curse at him, like the curse technique with all the humans, and he would have seen that human say, "Help me," and crying, I feel like Itadori would probably have lost his mind. He probably would have lost his cool. Unlike Nanami, we see Nanami, he has a lot of experience fighting. He's considered a grade 1 sorceress, so he's probably very strong. He doesn't want to work overtime. He made that very clear, right? He said he intends to get out of work by 6. That wasn't the case, but the animation in that fight was absolutely amazing. And just seeing Mahito and how evil he is, right? Talking about the soul and how he can manipulate it and all that stuff. I really want to know more about his power, but Mahito, as of right now, I feel like he's just evil for the sake of being evil. And he just wants to cause chaos. Maybe he has some hidden agenda, but the way he acts, I love villains that act the way he has, right? Like no cares in the world. It was a cool fight. I cannot wait for next episode, because it was 6 o'clock and Nanami is working overtime. He wasn't feeling that. I wonder if he's gonna have a new power, because he took his tie off and put it around his hand. And I wonder if that's gonna be like enhance his critical hit, maybe. We'll see where this one is going to go. I don't think we are going to see Nanami die next episode. I mean, this is a shonen. I don't think any characters are going to die anytime soon. But you never know. It might surprise me. Overall, great episode. Excited about everything that we learned. Can't wait for next episode. But let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. And like always, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.